Okay, so at open, we have several stocks on watch. Well, actually, we don't. I'm lying. Market's really dead today. Like, there's nothing popping up. The only ones that are really hitting the scans right now are KOSS, AMC, and GME. So this is the only ones that are actually doing something at the moment. But let me see. Let me go ahead and pull up my stream here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we have 10 seconds before the bell opens. I am interested in this at least on the 5 minute. The 1 minute doesn't look too bad, and it's actually breaking through this pattern here. So here's open, but I don't know if I'll trade it right here. I'd have to see an 11.25 push. So I'm gonna try to get long there at 19. Just 24, 25, 37, 40, selling that at 43. So that was a really nice break there. Quick trade. So let's see what else KOSS wants to do. Very quick trade there. This one's a little whippy. I was watching it pre-market. I even set up this wedge or this sort of flag, I guess, on the 1 minute here. Not quite the same setup here. Well, actually, it is kind of the same setup on the 5 minute. Open pretty low, I'd say, but overall, I mean, I was able to capitalize at 11.19 on that opportunity. So 11.19 all the way back to 11.43, if not 46. Yeah, there you go. And right now, you could buy the dip, and that's a really nice pop all the way to 11.50 there. But I did not want to buy that dip. This one's just too whippy. I'd rather wait for a proper setup. So 1 minute MACD is curling here. Do have the 10 minute and the 5 minute popping, but I don't know. Right now I'm kind of hesitant on it just from how big that drop was. It popped all the way up here, so it's showing some strength, but at the same time it keeps rejecting here. Large orders just going through. So let's see if this can even hold. It's back to 11.30 after an 11.60 rip there. 11.20 now. Spreads are kind of nasty as well. So it's gonna dump here. Okay, so if this can hold this pullback, I don't want to see a rip the next one on the rip its previous 1 minute high, rip through that level, but I do want to see it hold this pullback here, and as long as it can hold without breaking a low or a high, I think I'm going to get in for another entry for a test of 11.50 once more, and then we can go ahead and test this high of 11.61. That would be my first target here for a quick scalp opportunity. I think I would sell there just in case of a double top. So here it held. I got in at the top. So, ooh, that's really not good. Let's see if we can see 40. There's 44. See 45. Nope, I'm gonna definitely have to stop out with that one. So that's a big loss there. So that was completely my fault trying to buy into that surge there. I should have just waited it out, but I bought into that surge practically at the top. Well, literally the top, I guess I could say. So we have one big winner and then one nasty loser here. So I should have stopped out when I saw 32, but instead I had to hit it at 26. So let's see, let's go to GME, see what GME is doing. So this one's not looking too bad on the 1 minute. 5 and 10 minute also look pretty strong. I would definitely be getting in here, possibly in my options trading account, the live one for the break at 200. Really, that's all I would be looking for before we meet major resistance again. Next level would be like 210, but that's all I'd be getting in here for is the break at 200. And if I would have gotten in, I should have gotten in back here at the 180 level, especially here at 188. That would have been perfect because look, the halt level's right there, 196. 198. So if this gets halted, that's gonna be insane. So wow, it reached its halt level. Let's see if it actually gets halted. No, but here's the break at 200. It's what it's looking like. Let's see the last 200 push. I think we're definitely gonna get that break if I'm being real. Just gotta wait for it. Now it's pulling back quite a bit. So let's go ahead and look at IGMS. This one's hitting the scans. A little high priced for my account for sure. Go back to KOSS. KOSS, massive rejection there. That's disgusting. So this stock's no good. It's presented a couple opportunities, but it seems like you have to buy the dip in order for this thing to make some moves. HUSA, NEGG, Meds. Meds is actually our leading gapper, but this one just didn't look good to me. MRIN, UP. This was also one of the leading gappers. Sells from yesterday. I don't like its daily. And then we got AMC. Nice rip on AMC all the way to basically 34, and then a rejection from there. Similar to GME, GME is also rejecting massively, so they're kind of trading together. But KOSS is the only one that I had on watch. IGMS is the only one hitting the scans besides that. But this one also has a massive rejection. TH. Not sure why this is hitting my scans. Halted down. So IGMS pulled back quite a bit. I would need for this to hold this level the way it's doing right here before I take before I take an entry on it. Could get in on this next 1 minute candle, or I could buy the dip here at 22. I'm gonna wait for the last couple seconds before I buy anything. Spreads on this one are also kind of big, so I most likely wouldn't trade this one in my active account or my live account. Look at that. Last 5 seconds snaps all the way back to 2207. So should have taken my entry there. Literally right there is where I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. I was too busy looking at the chart. That was my fault there completely, because look at that massive rip. That would have been a very successful trade. I was waiting for it to, I guess I was waiting for the next 1 minute open, but then I didn't even realize what was going on, and I missed that whole ride up. All the way to 2330, back down to 2270. So big drop. 2240 now. 2215. So nasty rejection here, and the spread, it's like 30 cents almost. That's a massive rejection. Yikes. AMC's halted down. GME's also halted down. Wow. I guess they both reached their top here is what it's looking like. So we actually didn't get 200. We got close to 200, but now they're both rejecting massively here. So besides that, besides these meme stocks, there's nothing else going on. IGMS, I mean, this was an unexpected one, but really, KOSS was the only other one moving on the scans. ALLG just got halted going up, actually. We can watch ALLG. I know I got smoked on this one just the other day. I think it was in this day where it was making the biggest move. I just got completely obliterated there, but I saw it trading these past couple days, and it seems to be pretty stable now. Not like when I was trading, it was very whippy. So now it seems to be easier to manage risk on, and I think I can watch this one whenever it opens or resumes here. So we still got another 4 minutes before we see that. Meds is curling up here on the 1 minute. KOSS is just pulling back for a bear flag. It's what it's looking like. Yeah, so if anything, I'm just gonna be watching ALLG for, well, I was gonna say for its daily high break of 23.91, but it's already at 23.85. I'm pretty sure it's gonna resume higher. If we see a resumption at 24.50 or something, I could definitely buy it. I'm gonna wait for a pullback though. A pullback, and then we could possibly see the break of $25. But realistically, I wouldn't be trading ALLG in my live account. Similar to how I mentioned last time, I most likely won't be trading this one in my live account unless it's just that easy to manage my risk on and the spreads aren't too bad. Then yeah, I could potentially take a trade on it, but at this price point, I most likely wouldn't. So KOSS seems to be holding its lows here, almost a double bottom there on the 1 minute. Could get in for an entry and a breakthrough view up of 11. It's kind of hard to say. I'd really need to see this thing prove itself here. It is holding these lows though. Change in pattern here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get it on the next 1 minute candle. See if I can get a micro pullback here. Well, that kind of messed it up. That last little push there kind of ruined my plan. Now I'm expecting a pullback here after that. So there's a pullback. Hopefully this doesn't break that last 1 minute low. So low resumption there. I don't know. I think it's going to do it. I think it's going to potentially pop through view up, but I'm expecting a massive rejection if I'm being real. I don't expect this thing to hold much. ALLG is about to open right now in about 20 seconds. I kind of want to watch KOSS here though for an opportunity. I hope ALLG doesn't just halt without me. So KOSS is pulling back here already, so I'm gonna wait for that one to set up better. We'll come to ALLG and see resumption here. Let's see what this wants to do. So not quite a resumption. It's gonna be a 10-minute halt is what it's looking like. Unless it just has some awkward resumption here. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a 10-minute halt, unfortunately. Unless, like I said, unless it somehow has an unexpected resumption, then okay. Oh, well, wow. Literally as I say that, it opens, so kind of weird. Could hit it here at 2450, but it seems like a lot of resistance there. Just gonna let it pull back, and we'll wait for a proper setup. Look at that. As soon as I say that, 24, and then pops all the way to 2650. Broke 24, hit 23 something, and then immediately surged to 27 now. That is insane. Wow. That's what a crazy resumption here on ALLG. I would love to see a pullback so we can actually take an entry. It did fill this small little gap here, but it looks like it's going to get halted now. See if it actually halts. Nope, false halt. See if we get a pullback. No pullback yet. It's still ripping. Wow, what a crazy, crazy move. From 23 like 80, 23.80 all the way to 28 in just one candle. That's insane. So it's slowing down up here. It's where we get our first pullback is what it's looking like. Jesus. Spreads on this one are huge too. So massive pullback all the way back down to 25. Let's see if this gets halted going down. 40-cent spread there. So it's like this is exactly the reason I wouldn't be trading this. Immediately I'd be down 40 cents. I would need to take such a small size on it, or trade the pattern perfectly for me to capitalize on this move. Like I could have bought the dip once it broke 24. Could have bought that dip, but I don't know if this thing just dipped all the way down to 23 and I was in at 23.80. That's a huge loser right there. So would it have been worth the risk? Obviously on this count, yeah, it would have definitely been worth it, but you know, that's in hindsight. Like in the moment, I don't think it would have been worth it because everything's just dumping slow or choppy. So if I was to take a gamble on ALLG like that, I think that's all it would be, is just a gamble. But this one is showing a lot of strength though, for sure. So here it's holding view up. Let's see if we're gonna see a pop to, if we can see a pop to 27, maybe not 28, but 27 and hold, then the next 1 minute we could definitely see a break of 28, I think, and a potential push to 30. But the way it's retraced its move this entire, well, retrace its entire move here, I don't know. It would really need to make that pop through 27 to have me convinced that this is going to be even stronger. Let's go back to KOSS. KOSS is still climbing here. So it did break its trend somewhat, I think, to the downside. ALLG just got halted going down. Wow, that's insane. IGMS, go ahead and check this one out. Same thing, selling off. Sells above view up. Not really interested in trading it though. KOSS, I don't know. We already have several pullbacks here, so we had a pullback and then it changed trend here. So now we have a 2 candle pullback, a big rip, and then a 3 candle pullback, almost hit this low here. Let's see if this one breaks the low. So there it broke its low, and now it's changing trend to the downside second time. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one either. This one's kind of done. I think I had my opportunities in the beginning of the day, and this one just clearly wasn't working out. Meds, nice push on meds through view up. This one ended up turning out to be a pretty decent move from 76 all the way to 312, 310. So that was a pretty good one. Missed that one though. IGMS. We were just looking at this one. ALLG, obviously Halted going down now. Massive push though. If anybody was able to capitalize on that real money, I'm more than sure. You know, congrats on that push. What a move that was. That's insane. And lastly, AMC resumed, but it's sideways at the moment. It could potentially curl, but after such a massive red candle like that on both the 5 and 10 minute, I think it's going to be pretty difficult. This thing would really need a push here, but I'd imagine that you have so many people trying to take profit at this point, or just trying to sell in this range, that it's just going to be a long day for this one just to come back up to its 34 high. Same with GME. GME sideways here, selling off on the daily is what it looks like. 10 and 5 minute do not look good at all. If anything, this looks like a pullback or sideways consolidation for a continuation to the downside. Let me check on Facebook actually. I wanted to trade Facebook the other day. It did pop up here and resume at 26. I'm waiting for a puts play on it. 10 minute looks pretty weak if I'm being honest. And it could potentially fill a small gap. If I can't even show you guys, I wish I could. There's a small gap here of, let me see, the high was 224, low this one was 225, so it's about $1 gap. But that's really all I'd be going for. And a potential break of this last daily low, which would be 219. So we're relatively close to that daily low to break. And I could get in for a puts play here, but I feel like I'm just gonna wait it out for a better setup before I actually take an entry, and see if I can capitalize on that. I'll actually add into this move this time, unlike last time I just took one trade, but we'll see what I can do with it. Besides that, there's nothing else moving here. Everything's kind of selling off, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up. So I will see you guys tomorrow.